Welcome to the next edition of Music Cap here on the world famous 990 WBOB. Also online via our good friends over there at The Mix and kjagradio.com, all the different places, cheekyjaguar.com. It is the fabulous, fabulous Music Cap. And we are going to go to our first guest who is going to join us here on Music Cap. I believe it is the Kaiser Killers, but we're going to see what happens here. Let's go to our guest. We're going to ring the group as you do in Skype. So we are going to see if we can bring our guests in here on our big program, and they will join us here in just a few moments. Welcome to Music Cap. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Well,
how are you?
Pretty good, actually. Give us a little bit of on your background, a little bit of an introduction as we let the guests do their introductions here on Music Cap, just in case I miss anything.
Well, Kaiser Killers would describe it as a superannuated garage punk band from the north of England. We had a long layoff from making music, and we came back together very recently and have released 3 singles in as many months. We originally, on the kind of cusp of Britpop, had a great band, a great sound. We had and often decided he wanted to be a dentist. He decided he wanted to go into dentist in Hainaby.
That's awesome. Tell us how the Kaiser Killers got started. Yes.
And across the world, we got together the Great Book of Lyrics, which is about 4 inches thick, of lyrics. This time, we'd never done, of course, when we started.
Well, you guys have put together some amazing, amazing music. So what was it like back in the day as compared to now with doing music, releasing?
It's much easier these days because you've got all the digital options to take advantage of. I think instruments into a Macintosh, and we're able to kind of master things from that angle. Back in the day, although we had instruments and we had amplifiers, which we still do, in order to record something, you had to go into a recording studio. You had to go and pay a lot of money to have somebody record it on tape and to master the thing, and then to output it onto acetate, and then to get someone to print that into vinyl form, onto tape form. And these days, to release music is much, much easier than it ever was. But it also means, of course, that there's a lot more music is released than ever before, and of varying quality, I find. But there's a lot of good stuff out there, don't get me wrong.
That's awesome. We've got the Kaiser Killers with us today. You can get more information on their website, KAISER Check it out today. And, of course, they're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So tell me about your social media. What kind of things do you do on social media and posts and shares and all the like?
I think our main kind of social media outlet is probably Twitter, although we are on Facebook and we are on Instagram, and obviously we're on the web. But I think Twitter is probably where we tend to do a lot of our kind of disseminating of information about the Kaiser Killers. And incidentally, just if you're going to Google us, it's all one word, Kaiser Killers. Otherwise, you get some kind of dodgy covers band.
Wow, I was not aware of that. That is kind of interesting. The Kaiser Killers with us today. They join us live here on our big program via the magic of the old Skip Skype. Yes, the old Skype-a-rooney. And they join us here talking about their music and everything else. So what would you say has probably been some of the biggest frustrations with the band over the years?
I think if we go back to the old days, I think one of the difficult things always with bands is the character within the band. It's the kind of personalities and the egos within the band. Always. That's why a lot of the bands that I've ever been in have very rarely lasted beyond 18 months or 2 years, because bands get together, everybody's a big ego. I don't. I have a very small ego, as it happens. But these things that I do find tend to get in the way of creativity. That's the biggest frustration, I think, with bands, which is why, as Kaiser Killers, we're much smaller in breadth and much more able to take the problems in our stride, if you will.
We have got some great guests with us today. They join us live here on our broadcast. The Kaiser Killers join us here on our big program. So what is the music scene like over there where you guys are from?
Quite buoyant, I think, at the moment. I think from back when we used to play originally, there was quite a big live scene, and that seemed to kind of disappear. Everything seemed to go pretty much to recorded music, and live venues seem to die out. But I think that's changed, certainly. We still have a very buoyant live scene in the UK, and I think that's probably the case for the United States as well.
We have got some great guests with us today. The Kaiser Killers join us today here on Music Cap, here on 990 WBOB. And they are tremendous. So when you guys sit down and write music and put music together, what is that process like? There
are various processes. I think most likely in the Kaiser Killers, it will be that I will have an idea of a song in my head, and I can hear a song in my head, but I can't necessarily get it out of my head, which is why I explained it to Andy. And he manages to kind of come up with some kind of riff on the basis of how I'm hearing it, and I might explain it to him. And it kind of goes from there. And the lyrics tend to come from me, but the lyrics often tend to be edited by Andy. He tends to say, "Oh, that sounds really stupid. That I think you should. Perhaps we could try this instead." And yeah, okay, yeah, maybe that will work. I think a lot of the kind of initial idea of the song will come from myself. It'll be something that I've heard in my head. The lyrics will be mine. The music, or the generation music, will largely be Andy. Sometimes me, and we'll tend to refine what we've got down until we have something that is workable. And then we'll probably go on to refine that, and somewhere down the line it becomes something that we're able to release as a finished song that kind of stands up to scrutiny.
We have got the Kaiser Killers with us today. They join us live here on our big program, coast to coast, border to border, on Music Cap today. And they are tremendous. So how do people get your music and get involved with what you guys are doing on the web and everything?
Well, we like to have a little bit of dialogue on social media, certainly on Twitter. And we find in general that people quite like what we do, which is very gratifying. I think these days, because of social media, you have much more of an ability to have a dialogue with the people that get your music. They're not quite as remote as they once were. So that's one of the kind of great things about making music in this kind of day and age. It's that great dialogue between yourselves and the people that are listening to your music.
What would you consider your guys' music? Would you consider you guys a rock band, a pop band? What would you categorize you guys as?
Now there's the question. I think what we try to aim for, we're not afraid of the term pop. I would say we're a rock band, certainly, but we do try to aim for kind of perfect 3-minute pop. And there's been a lot of kind of pop over the years that you would attribute to rock artists, either the Beatles or T-Rex or Bowie or whoever that might be. But we do aim for that kind of pop that has a hook that you can kind of listen to, and you can kind of latch onto it straight away. It's something that kind of lodges in the brain. So certainly we're a rock band. Certainly, I say we're an indie rock band is what I would say we are. But we're certainly not afraid of calling ourselves pop. In terms of music, it's certainly pop music that we're trying to make.
We have got a great guest with us today. The Kaiser Killers join us here on our big program. So tell me a little bit about this latest song here, 5,000 Miles Away From You. We're going to play this here in a few moments.
Well, 5,000 Miles Away From You is it's a deviation. Our first two singles had a kind of little political edge to them, but this one is very much about using music and using the lyrics to generate the imagery of an epic road trip across the United States, going from East Coast to West Coast, picking up Route 66 along the way, and playing a few gigs along the way. But the kind of idea behind the song is that the further this road trip goes, and the more kind of places that we stay at, the further we're getting away from England. So it starts off at 3,000 miles, it ends up at 5,000 miles, and we kind of name check quite a lot of fantastic places in the States, including Kansas itself, Kansas City through the
Jesus. Well, that's a hell of a deal. So we are going to do this. We are going to place you on a brief hold, and we are going to play this song. And when we come back, we have got more with the Kaiser Killers. It is 5,000 Miles Away From You, and it's here on Music Cap.
Frenches from the sea in the spray, thinking over riots and days. In the steam that rises out of the street, in the city that they say never sleeps. Pushing on and over the bridge, till the governor after the eagles go fish. All the things that we meant to say, before we stop in Pennsylvania, PA. In the jet plane fumes to yet another motel room, 3,000 miles away from you, sitting in a traffic queue, don't know what we're gonna do, 3,000 miles away from you. The electric phones are not gonna hire, guitar screaming out in the fire, smashing at some bluesy piano, to the kids and lovers in Indiana. Late at night arriving in Illinois, just another desolate boy. This is where we need to deliver, Windy City with the Broadway River. Jet plane fumes to yet another motel room, 4,000 miles away from you, sitting in a traffic queue, we don't know what we're gonna do, 4,000 miles away from you. The city through to Oklahoma, Amarillo, then to Arizona. Tricks a punk line in New Mexico. Though we head up to San Bernardino. Last light takes us down the freeway. Sacramento, San Francisco, LA. Santa Monica to the end of the line. Pacific Daylight Time and we're feeling fine. traffic queue. We don't know what we're gonna do. We're 5,000 miles away from you.
An incredible... That was an incredible track. It is the Kaiser Killers. They join us today here on Music Cap, and we are going to go back live to the Kaiser Killers. They're going to join us today here on our program, and these guys are tremendous. The Kaiser Killers join us back here on Music Cap. So, this song, fantastic tune. So, what's been the feedback on this song?
It's been good, you know. We've certainly enjoyed making the song, and we've been surprised how many people have picked up on it and liked what we're trying to do. And we've had many kind of comments back about how good the sound is, how intricate the lyrics are, and how it evokes the kind of imagery of a road trip across America.
It is the Kaiser Killers. They're with us today here on our big program. So what has been some of the different folks that you've worked with over the years, that helped you guys along the way make the music that you have?
Back in the day, I used to live in London. I was in a band called Revenge Rockers, and we had I just happened to land in a part of London just completely accidentally that just has such a rich history of music. And we came across this local pub that was just around the corner from us, and it seemed, and we were quite surprised to find that the Clash were regularly drinkers in there. So I had regular conversations with Joe Strummer and with Cosmo Vinyl in the pub, the Durham Castle, and I never talked to Paul Simon, and he always I found him quite scary, so I never quite done it.
That's awesome.
But we used to bump into a lot of people in Bayswater in London, or in the Westbourne Grove. Mickey Finn out of T-Rex is someone we used to bump into. Hugh Lloyd Langton out of Hawkwind, again somebody we used to bump into regularly. So it would quite by accident arrived in this kind of area of London where just a fantastic variety of musical characters.
We have got a great guest with us today. The Kaiser Killers join us here on our big program. So you guys have put together a lot of great music. What are some of your goals for your music?
I think we want to release an album at some point. We have quite a lot of material in the background that we've already recorded to create that album. But I think we would certainly like to get more exposure for the music that we make. It's more a case of we want as many people to listen to Kaiser Killers as possible. You know, we want to spread the word of Kaiser Killers, if you like, all around the globe, and particularly the United States, because we love the United States and we would love to come down. We'd love to play there, and certainly a lot of our influences come from there.
So, talk to me a little bit about your musical heroes and influences and things of that nature.
Well, I think probably our biggest influence, and that probably goes for everybody, is the Beatles, and we've certainly enjoyed watching the released Get Back documentary, and we've been very, very interested in looking at that and taking in all kinds of new elements of the recordings around Let It Be. But we have a very eclectic taste. Certainly the Beatles, the Byrds, I think, were certainly one of our early influences, and certainly influenced the kind of jangly guitar sound sometimes that we tend to get. But the storytelling of Dylan, certainly, the Small Faces, and then, you know, more recently in the kind of pure punk era, Buzzcocks, Blondie, The Clash, to more recently, the Smiths, which are personally a great influence of mine, and the Pixies, and that's kind of very, very eclectic kind of mix of things. But I think we could be talking all night if we were to go into everybody that's an influence of the Kaiser Killers.
Kaiser Killers join us today here on our big program, and they are tremendous. We have got another song that we are going to play here in just a few moments. It is Love Conquers All. Tell us a little bit about this track, my friend.
Well, Love Conquers All was a song that I had in my head many, many years ago, and I was in a band at the time called the Chaos Brothers, and I came up with this. They said, "Well, I've got this song. It's called Love Conquers All," and they kind of poo-pooed it. They said, Love Conquers All? Well, we're a punk band. You know what? We're not going to sing that. I said, no, really, it's a great song. And they didn't like it, and it sat on the back burner for many, many years. And when we reconvened Make Music, myself and Andy, and we came back as the Kaiser Killers, this is one of the songs that I pulled from the back of my mind. I said, look, I've got this song. The guys didn't like it originally back in the day, but it's called Love Conquers All. And the chorus was pretty much determined. I had an idea what that was going to be. I wasn't entirely sure of the verse, and it turned out we kind of workshopped it a little bit, and we came up with something that's a little bit more political than I'd originally envisaged. It's a song about the stupidity of Brexit. It's about Britain's exit from the European Union, the biggest trading bloc on the planet that Britain sits very much on the edge of, 20 miles away from the coast of mainland Europe. And we decided that it was a good idea to leave that trading bloc. It's about the stupidity of that, really.
Well, we are going to go to this track. We're going to put you on a brief hold. And when we come back, we will keep chatting with the Kaiser Killers. Right now, it is Love Conquers All, and it's here on Music Hab. Music Cap. And if you're watching us live on JiggyJaguar.com or Twitch or any of these fine feathered places. We are doing a Sunday radio broadcast here in a half hour, but we've guys killers right now here on Music. Just their track. Tell us about this music video you guys put together.
One for fun.
One from Concord we just seen.
Concord, we're on the coast of northern Bay, and Wilming. Made a lot of things have been by the sea, and we wanted to kind of just get a feeling of being out and about, and of being things moving and bright lights and the city and things like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, before we let you guys go, how do we get in touch with the Kaiser Killers and buy your music and support your efforts?
Well, we're on all the major streaming platforms, certainly Spotify, Apple Music. We're on Bandcamp and we're on SoundCloud. And what we hope to do before very long is to release a vinyl LP. We're hoping that's something that will come to fruition very soon with all the music that we've recorded and got in store. Our next single early next year is going to be Don't Be a Stranger Than You Already Are.
That's awesome.
The strapline, it's about a girl that Johnny once knew, and that seems to be what most of the songs that we release are about, a girl that Johnny once knew.
Well, good luck with everything. Thanks for doing this. It was an honor and a privilege, and thanks for coming on Music Cap. Thank you, guys.
Been great. Thank you.
Appreciate it. There they go.
All the best.
That is the Kaiser Killers. They join us here on our big program. So we are going to go to our next guest who is going to join us, Willow Street. And they will be with us here in just a few moments. And we are going to go to Willow Street. And I believe we might have Willow Street with us. How are you guys?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Pretty good, actually. We have got our next guest joining us today here on Music Cap. They are amazing, and it is Willow Street, and they are a three-piece, a fantastic three-piece. So give me some details on Willow Street. How did you guys get together as a group and everything else?
Well, this is Bo. I'm the bassist and singer with Josh, the keyboardist and other singer, and Tim, our drummer. We got started in 2009. I was playing with Josh's brother, Brian, in another band. He was our guitarist. We left the band, joined Josh, later found Tim, and Brian left the band in 2011. And then we lost him a week ago today. He passed away, 12/12/12.
Holy smokes.
When he left the band, when he left the band, we had to change our sound. I basically picked up all Brian's effects pedals, started playing the bass differently, playing leads on bass. Josh played up, kind of changed up the way that he started orchestrating the music, and here we are.
That's pretty amazing. Willow Street with us today. So how did you guys come up with the name Willow Street?
Actually, the place that I lived at the time, it was on Willow Street.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And it just kind of fit, and I don't know, thought it was unique. So that's how we came up with that.
You know, that's how a lot of these bands, you know, who have went on and done just incredible things in music. It's just so simple to come up with the band name. So I think that's pretty badass. So what kind of themes do you guys cover in your music?
Oh, wow. Pretty much everything. A lot of heartbreak. You know, we're very 90s kids, so we've kind of developed the whole grunge style of writing lyrics like that. A little depressing on sometimes, you know, most times, honestly, that we write a song. The lyrics end up depressing mostly because just trying to find words to rhyme with each other.
We have got a great guest with us today. Willow Street joins us. It's facebook.com/Willow Street if you want to get a hold of them on social media. So, how do you guys write your music? Take me through the songwriting process.
Generally, either Bo has some sort of lick or something like that he comes up with, and then I just sort of run with it. Or I have a lick, Bo runs with it. Bo writes all the words. I'm not a lyricist. And then Tim just puts his magic right on top on the drums.
It is Willow Street. They join us today here on our big program, coast to coast, border to border on, of course, 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, of all places, and Willow Street with us today. So February Day is your latest piece of business. Tell us about February Day. We're going to play it here in a few moments.
February Day, I was literally sitting at home, looking out the window at the clouds, and lyrics just started flowing in there. From there, I always kind of picture a video in my head while I'm writing as well, and we'd eventually like to do more than a lyric video for that song, with a lot of our songs, actually, so we're starting to work on that. But February Day just kind of fell into place. The music was actually came from, I was writing a dark cover for Red Red Wine by UB40, and that's how I got the music for it, was taking the music that I'd written for that. And then from there, the lyrics just came, and we got together. And that's one of the songs that actually fell apart within came together in the first week or so that we started playing it. It just meshed and worked.
We have got a great guest with us today. They are Willow Street. They're a great three-piece band. You can get more information on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Willow Street, and we are going to go to their latest track. It is February Day, and we are going to place you guys on a brief hold here and play the track, and then we're going to come back and keep chatting with Willow Street here on our big program here on 990 WBOB. That is Willow Street, and they join us here on Music Cap. And we are going to go back to the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney, and Willow Street joins us back here in a program. So that song that you guys did, February Day, we just played that for everybody here on Music Cap. How did people access your music and buy your music and everything else, guys? How do they do this?
Sort of broke up a little bit there.
No problem. I'm just trying to drive people to your website, drive people to buy your music. How do we do that exactly?
Oh, absolutely. You can actually go through our email, request the music. It is willowstreet836 at gmail.com. Request the music, and we send it out via send anywhere or through email.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's Willow Street. They join us today here on our broadcast. So you guys are pretty damn amazing. I got a hold of you guys based upon just a random email that you sent me, where you sent me your Facebook page. Right. What do you guys do as far as marketing, but besides just sending out? But first of all, how did you guys get a hold? How did you guys even know I was alive? That's always, first of all, the thing I always like to ask bands, because I'm just amazed at how people get in touch with me.
Actually, this is Bo. I had ordered basically a list of venues, radio stations, things like that. And one day I was just sitting at home, sent out links to our Facebook page via email through the radio stations list that I have.
That's awesome. I'm glad I'm on someone's list somewhere. I think that's pretty fucking cool. So, when you guys do you guys do anything other than Facebook? Do you have a website? Do you have anything on Spotify or any of these places? Or is it just Facebook?
Not at this time.
We're currently trying to develop all of that and work on our marketing skills a little bit more. We're sort of like, in hermit crab mode to a certain extent. We've been doing a lot of writing, doing a lot of recording, and working in the studio and whatnot, and we really haven't developed all those avenues. We're in the process of developing those avenues to get our music out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we are chatting with Willow Street today. They are pretty damn amazing. And so where are you guys in the country? Where are you guys based in the country?
We're in this huge town in North Carolina called Eden. I'm sure everyone listening has heard of Eden.
Eden, North Carolina. That is awesome.
It's a very small town in North Carolina.
Well, you never know. I just chatted with a group from some little town in Europe, so I'm just always fascinated by where people come from. So I think that's great. So we have got another track we are going to play from you guys. It's called Madison and Vine. This is on your Facebook page at facebook.com/Willow Street. Tell us about Madison and Vine, and then we're going to play it here in a few moments.
Madison and Vine, the title came from, we were playing pretty frequently, at least once a month before the pandemic. We were playing at a small coffee shop in Madison, North Carolina, which isn't too far from us, maybe about a 20-minute drive from us here. Okay. And we had a pretty good show in there. Madison and Vine basically came from watching the news, hurricanes and things like that, which were going on at the time, news. And we like that one. It's kind of our 80s throwback, but it's our original. So that's definitely one. It seems like each time we get together, and no matter how long it's been since we practiced together, that one seems to come together every time.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we are going to do this. It is Madison and Vine, and we are going to go to this track. We're going to place these guys on another brief hold. And when we come back, we have got more coming up here on Music Cat.
Repetition crashing is all I hear. Fractured reflected sunlight in my eyes. Do you think the sea will reach the corner? At the corner of Madison and Vine. Do you think that it will uproot the willow tree? Every single light and dark memory. Or do you think that it will stop in time? And wait for summer. And after the fall. But in the winter, I want you all, you myself. Repetitions crashing is all I hear. Fracture reflected sunlight in my eyes. Will you meet me at the corner? At the corner of Madison and Vine. Will we sit under the willow tree and think about every light memory? Or do you think that we will stop in time for us to pack up the car and drive so very far and never look back? No, we'll never look back. We'll attract us in the back and cause the floor to shake. The waves about to break, the waves about to break. But from above, concrete and mud. Never lose the love, we'll never lose the love. At least you'll be by my side.
Jason Vine. It is from Willow Street. And they join us today here on Music Cap. And if you want to join us on 990 WBOB each and every week for Music Cap, thank you. Thanks for joining us. And we are going to go back to Willow Street. They join us here on our big program. So I guess before we let you guys go, what do you guys have planned for the first of the year? Do you have any performances anywhere or anything you're going to be doing? Anything you want to promote?
No performances as of yet. Since the pandemic, we really haven't had the schedule to practice, much less play out. However, now we're getting things going. Just keep checking on Facebook. We'll have some new videos posted, some new music, and we'd love for everybody to check it out. We appreciate you having us on.
Well, I'll tell you, you guys are great, and keep us updated on everything. Once you guys have some new music or anything out there, let me know. If also, and I hate doing this on the air, but most of the music we played today from Willow Street we did from their Facebook page. But if you guys have MP3s that you can send me, I can start getting your music aired on Rock Music Hub, but I gotta have MP3s. So if you can send me some MP3s, that would be badass, and I could get that stuff rolling as quick as you can get it to me.
Yeah, we can get that over to you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, just email it over to me, and I'll get that into the playlist, and then I'll get you guys a schedule on when that stuff airs, and we will go from there. Thank you, guys. It was an honor and a privilege. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. There they go. That is Willow Street. They join us today here on 990 WBOB. We are going to take actually, we're not going to take a brief time out. We're just going to go to an interview that I did earlier today, or earlier this week, with Alicia Day, and we are going to play that. And when we come back, we will kick off the Sunday radio show, and oh my God, it is going to be a circus today, because I'm in trouble with indie pro wrestlers. And it just never ceases to amaze me, all the crap that goes on in my life. We have got more coming up here on Music Cap. Right now, it is Alicia Day here on our big program.
Zhao Yong is my mom. That's what my phone. That's my mom's account.
Okay.
My name's Alicia Daydreams.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started doing music and everything.
Well, I started writing music when I was like 6 years old. So I'm now 16. So I've been literally like writing music for 10 years now. And how I got into it, I was in my mom's car, and she used to like play Michael Jackson songs.
That's awesome.
I just really and I just loved music ever since.
That's awesome. So you have been doing music, you've been writing music, you've been performing music. What got you to the point that you are now? Because you've got some amazing music out there. You're getting ready to release some new music. Tell us about all this.
Well, I've always wanted to release music. I've been since I was really little, I've been performing, and currently I've been given really pretty good performance opportunities in front of quite a lot of people, but it wouldn't be that much. The most people I've performed in front of would have been 700, 1,000 people. But by doing that, quite a lot, I've been able to get better at performing and become more confident in myself and my music. And receiving feedback from people as well, it just makes me happy every single time I hear them.
Fantastic. So what has been some of the different feedback that you've gotten on your music?
well, first of all, many people ask me what genre my music is in. Some people think it's like quite rocky, but I would say it's pretty poppy and indie and alternative. People really like the song, which I'm really happy about, and just it makes me want to make a lot more and keep going.
Awesome. So,
Do you want to play Genie?
yes, we are going to play that here in a few moments. We are going to be playing that here in a few moments. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. So, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you on the web and buy your music and everything?
Oh, you can definitely buy my music on iTunes. It's Alicia Daydreams, Genie. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Instagram. It's Alicia, and then like that bottom line thing, and then Daydreams. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Alicia Daydreams joins us today here on our broadcast. She has Genie, which is a fantastic song. So tell us about the writing process and bringing this song to life and everything else.
Well, I first started on my guitar. I was just like looking for a nice beat. And when I write songs, I have like a bunch of ideas just in my phone. So when I have like thoughts and emotions, I just note them down. And Genie, I kind of wrote when I was like going through a confusing stage of my life. And the line, "Your wish is my command." It's just being told to do things and not knowing what's right, what's wrong, and just like confused and just listening to people rather than listening to myself and obeying some stuff.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Well, we are going to do this. We are going to place you on a brief hold here on Skype, and we are going to play Genie. And when we come back, we will keep chatting. We have got Alicia Daydreams, and it is Genie, and it's here on your big program. Coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio.
Take
That is Alicia Daydreams, and that is Jeannie. She joins us this week here on our big program, and you're joining us here on Tampa Bay's 92.1 FM. And we have got a great guest back with us here on our broadcast. Alicia Daydreams joins us here on our program, and she is phenomenal. What you just heard was Jeannie. And so what is next for you as an artist, Alicia?
Well, my EP is going to come out soon. I'm working on that. It's coming out January, so start of next year. And it's going to be 3 songs in it. Jeannie's going to be in it. And there's 2 more songs in there I'm working on.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what is your songwriting process like? How do you write your music? So
I get like lots of inspiration, just random inspiration. I just get random thoughts and stuff like that, and I just note them down in my phone. And later I sit down and I decide to actually make something out of it. And I start playing my guitar or playing the piano, and I make some chord progressions, and I make it into a song.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, you have been amazing. Thanks for doing this today. Thanks for making this incredible song. And thanks for coming on with us, and we really appreciate the time that you took and everything. And I know with the time change and everything going on, it's probably late or early for you there, but I appreciate you making time for us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Alicia. Have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, my friend. There she goes. That is Alicia Daydreams, and she joins us this week here on our big program, and we are going to be taking a break, and when we come back, we have got more coming up on the other side. Thanks for joining us. An incredible new marketing partner with us today at Transmedia Worldwide. This is fantastic. Check out dollsrent.com. That's right, dollsrent.com. Robo-lovers. Sex dolls for rent in Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to get hot in Cleveland tonight.
You're gonna love it.
They're going to love it. Oh, we'll get into all that. It's going to be fun today. Yes!
Porn stars, unsigned bands, pro wrestlers. You've come to the right place.
This is going to be a blast
the Jiggy
today.
Jaguar experience. The Jiggy Jaguar
You should. They're headphones. You should hear headphones. It is the big broadcast. We are live coast to coast. We have got a hell of a deal today. A halibut of a deal, and that's a fish, much like panini. And yes, panini is a fish, and I don't have Brittany here to tell me that it's not. We have got quite the show today. We have got some Skype guests that we're going to get to here in just a few. We have got a musician in studio. We have a professional wrestler in studio. Oh my God, today is gonna be like a ferret in a Jello fight. And before we do that, let's first of all see if we can get our first Skype guest here with us. And we are going to go to the old Skype, the old Skype-a-rooney. And I think we have our first guest. She may be joining us. I'm going to try to adjust this so I can get her on our monitor, if I can get things figured out there, because she is fantastic. She's done her makeup. She's got this kick-ass background there. We've got to put her on the big screen. But
Thank you.
Welcome to the program. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Then we'll tell you. Then we'll have you tell us a bit about yourself here.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on the show. My name is Rivka. I'm an American Israeli singer-songwriter. Just released my first Love EP this past November, just over a year ago. Got some new music coming out that I'm excited to share and talk about, and so here I am.
We'll see if I can get this to work so I can get you on the big screen because of that studio here. So you can see our guests. Well, first of all, we'll do this. I'm spend some money going on in our studio, which is, it's quite a deal today. we're gonna see here where you can see everybody instead of just me. No one cares about me at all. There's all this. There is a. What in the world is going on here? I look orange. I'm orange bad at this. Well, tell us a little bit about how you got started doing this music thing and all you do while I make adjustments. Fine.
It's actually been a long time for me, singer-songwriter artist. I started professional when I was over an album under a different moniker, Rebecca, when I was 12, and did a couple of music videos around Israel. One of the things, being half Israeli, and my second album, it for 12. I've won a song, and my music videos I've been on MTV Europe, and that was my second album. My backseat. Then after I graduated back to this, and I went home to College of Music, and obviously being in music was very interesting for me, or anything like that. I was mostly later, so but somehow and then I put myself to genres. I decided to found my more music and going to the EP I spoke to you about, which is the Love EP, kind of reintroducing myself as an artist and working on an EP that's going to go to.
We'll get to him here in a few. Don is with us. And
right.
He is tucked out in his Christmas attire. He is Cluck the Clown. By the way, Cluck, you can turn your microphone on there. If you turn your mic on, it should...
Can you hear?
There you are.
Oh, look at that. I'm special now. All right.
Two half of people. I see a bit of a Christmas sweater, and then I see someone.
I see them fully. Well, what we'll do is this. I will do everything over here, so you can see Cluck Clown in all of his glory. God damn. He is decked out and ready for Christmas. He has been warned by officials from other entities that he's not allowed to talk about certain things. So we'll have to do that during the commercial break when no one is listening except for us in the studio. But so Rivka, how do we find you on social media? Your website, everything. How do we get your stuff, buy your music, all these things?
I'm on every online streaming platform. You can just search my name, Rivka. It's spelled a little bit differently. It's RVKAH. It's at Rivka on Instagram, Rivka on TikTok, Apple Music, all those online streaming platforms. You can it'll pretty much you can even Instagram stories later or Reels or TikTok Reels. You can go and add a new Chris song. So I've been kind of holidays. So I'm basically everywhere online.
You're all that, essentially.
All that in a bag of chips.
Well, we are going to play Love.
So I'm really excited because that's my favorite song. That's actually the first song that I heard the demo of when the Love EP. Obviously, I called it.
Yes.
But Love, it's a very anthem-y type song, which is one of the reasons I like it. I feel like a lot of people can connect to it. It's very thematic, almost cinematic in a way, but still that radio pitchal.
Yep.
Because, like I said, in it talking about real life of sharing your keys to the apartment. So it literally talks about
That's all. Well, we are going to do this. We're going to, and when we'll be back, we'll have more with Rivka. Going to join here back after all. It's here on your Sunday.
Your time, your love, your heart, your place. Your time, your space. Your key. Your heart, your place. Didn't have to choose. I'm reminded every day that I should have chosen. Yeah, I should have chosen you. And I get so your love, your time, your space. Your love, your keys. Your love, your heart, your
Okay, that is Love. And that is Rivka. And that is here on your big broadcast here on the Sunday Radio Show. And thanks for joining us today. We are live on Twitch TV today. Also, on the Facebook here in a few moments, as our good friend Johnny Kim would say. The Facebook. And we are we're also going to be on our website at JiggyJaguar.com. And we got all things happening today. Rivka with us. She is amazing. So tell me a little bit about your studio there behind you for the folks that are watching us on the social media and TV side of things. You've got this microphone there that is fantastic. A cool little headphone gimmick. You've got a guitar. You got a keyboard.
I have just a couple little things. Is actually basically it. It's just like my little in-home studio. Just a lot of, like, demoing out or things that I come up with, or like.
Yeah. That's
but
great.
Yeah, so my recording actually is in Los Angeles, so I travel.
That's awesome. With us today, she joins us here on our big program, and you are amazing. This has definitely been a really great being with us. And keep your new music, because as you get new music, let us know. We will have you back. We'll play it and chat with you. Hell, we'll have the whole Giller turntables.
Music, you're gonna love it. It's on February 11th, and it's called Blind Date. And there's gonna
I've been on many of those.
Sorry?
Been on many of those. Although the people that at the time did not know, but that's fine.
Again, thank you so much for having me. In the meantime, please go ahead and stream and play my Christmas Love song that is out. It's written with Charlie Midnight, who wrote Living in America. Kevin Blue, my manager, he's a multi-platinum producer. So,
that's awesome. Well, I appreciate you making the joy, and just have yourself a happy holiday and everything.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Rivka. There she is, the amazing Rivka, and we are going to take a brief time out. We are going to get things kind of reset here because, oh boy, we are just about to jump off the good foot and do the bad thing, as they say. We are going to take a quick little time out here, and when we come back, we will have Cluck the Studio, and we have a musician with us. He does not know what the hell he stepped into today. We have got more coming up on our big program here in just a few moments here on 990 WBO.
The Jiggy Jaguar Experience.
An incredible new marketing partner with us today at Transmedia Worldwide. This is fantastic. Check out dollsrent.com. Dolls.com. Robo Lovers. Sex dolls for rent in Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to get hot in Cleveland tonight with realistic TPE thermoplastic itomizer. Adult dolls for rent start at $99 for 2 hours. Absolutely realistic feeling. Dolls feel like a real girl. Robo Lovers for any of your desires. Look real, feel real, premium material, highest quality. They're local and they deliver your order same day and accept cash on delivery payments. You could check the doll before you take it and pay after check. All dolls are fully consistent with the photographs posted on the website. Also find them on Instagram at Dolls Rent. Also Twitter, Dolls Rent. Facebook.com/Dolls Rent. That's right, dollsrent.com. Real sex dolls in Cleveland. Get some sex tonight.
Now appearing everywhere, it's winter. Don't miss it. All the way from now until spring. Winter.
Warning, winter may cause cold fingers, chapped lips, and a phlegmy mucus buildup in the back of your throat. Winter may be responsible for astronomical heating bills. Winter may be affiliated with snow and ice and result in some jerks skidding into your car at an intersection. In certain people, winter may cause drowsiness in the mid to late afternoon because of the early sunset. Winter may be hazardous to UPS men who insist on wearing your summer shorts. During winter, avoid leaving a cold metal pole. Actual length and severity of winter may vary.
Winter! Isn't it great?
He's a talent you will never forget. And now, his unique compositions have been captured on a 2-volume CD collection. Bob Fornesky and his Whistling Nostril. Bob Fornesky and his Whistling Nostril will soothe your psyche and comfort your soul with the naturally organic rhythms of Bob's breath. You'll hear whistling nostril greats like and Bob Fornesky's Whistling Nostril, not sold in stores anywhere.
Hey, office nerds and computer weenies, forget about Trekkie Fest, Computer Fest, and Cyberfest, because this weekend it's Paperclip Fest.
Wow, Paperclip Fest. Wow.
That's right, Paperclip Fest. Paperclip Fest is your chance to see the latest in paperclip technology, view paperclip art, and learn all about new breakthroughs in paperclip uses for the next millennium. Bring your paperclip questions and talk with factory reps. Don't miss world-renowned paperclip artist Doug Finster showing off his famous paperclip replica of Mount Rushmore. Even see a miniature house built with just paperclips. Plus, there'll be paperclip seminars going on throughout the entire exciting weekend. Let's get ready to rumble! For the No Shots Band Total Tough Man Cage Match paperclip fight between Sneaky Pete the Pervert and Dwayne Rusty Eyes Pinkman. Ow! It's all happening this weekend. Don't miss it. Parking is limited, so hurry and get there now. It's Paperclip Fest. Paperclip Fest. Not affiliated with the World Paperclip Organization.
An incredible new This is too great. This is too great not to tell.
You better share this.
We are going to attempt to go to Facebook on Facebook Live with Cluck the Clown, who is joining us in studio. We'll get to him here in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us here on our Sunday radio broadcast on 990 WBOB in Rhode Island, of all places. Yes, Rhode Island. The Mix on Tuesdays, 50-plus AM FM stations across the country and around the world. Don Lemon does not have any clue what he got into today. He does not have a clue. There he is in all of his glory, Cluck the Clown. He joins us. I want to make sure Cluck's mic is on because holy smokes, we don't want to miss any of this. So, Cluck the Clown is joining us. I have been a casual observer of his for the longest time. I see videos on Facebook promoting wrestling events. I've seen him going and doing things and holding live events and get his ass kicked by guys that play Magic. See the clown, dude. So, first of all, Cluck the Clown, where the hell... I guess the question that me and probably Donna is asking the minute you walk through the door, where in the hell did you come from?
Where did I come from?
How do you get started doing all this?
Well, I guess my dad would be the major one on that one. I mean, how else are we in the world, huh?
How else are we in the world? Cluck the Clown.
No, I'm not the original OG. My father was.
OG.
He passed away and I took over.
You took over. So it's kind of like Mr. Fitness. There's Mr. Fitness and there's Mr. Fitness too.
Oh man, I love Mr. Fitness. Oh, shake, wait, and shake.
Man with $1 million body.
God, that's my man.
Cluck the Clown on good behavior because he's been told by certain forces in business that he has things he can't talk about. I have things I can't talk about, like the fact that my plans are now open in Hoising. I heard World Wrestling Expo.
Yeah, that would be amazing. You should definitely come out, Jiggy. We love you.
You guys love me.
Jiggy, I love Jiggy. I really mean Jiggy Morton. It was so amazing.
Excited to be here. Cluck the Clown. I'm going to have. I got back on the day that we had DJ Spawn and his wiggy, his decks. That thing. And you guys here we're doing all this because DJ Spawn to TikTok.
Let's do it. Oh, he's like, come hang out with Dickie.
Oh my God. Okay, let's keep it before we get into any of the craziness.
Try to keep it clean.
Well, what is sin? Explain to me what the hell is
sin. Straight in numbers. Straight in numbers. You don't know enough.
Apparently I do now, but you guys have stole U.S. Egg titles.
Man, I'm Cluck the Clown, the leader. There's a whole mess of us running around.
There is.
My little tag partner, sick. And then we have Indian Zone, and then we have...
You got a little bit of everything.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So you have the U.S. titles. How's Bones Connolly fit into any of this?
Mr. Hot Dog Eating Bones. Bones. Me and Bones used to host Prison together. Prison City's Fandemonium. That's where we are. Yeah. Now there's no Bones. Where's Bones?
Where is Bones?
We'll see him when WX hears.
So, Cluck the Clown. So how does Sin get together?
Sin gets together, we need to get together to beat up somebody. What do you think? Up to have a party.
You know, I have a lot of guests in studio. They don't freak out like what a clown did.
You have a cat named Peter. What are you promising for, Jakey? Peter. Is that how you call your kitty? Can you say meow meow, Mr. Meows? Here's Peter.
Oh my god. You are fantastic.
Yeah.
And we're getting calls apparently now.
Oh man, this is
record. You are live on the World's Chicky Jaguar radio show. Who is this? Hey, Ariel, how are you? Scheduled for like 2 minutes from now. Can I give you a call back in a minute? Okay, I will do that. She's you sure can. She might be country artist, gentlemen. So, Cluck Clown. I have a lot of conversations with you today.
I'm always open for you.
So, we're going to see what Don has for you. Because I remember being on 20 years ago, and it wasn't as crazy as it is now.
What? This show's been that long? No, we don't.
I was told the other day that if I would shave my eyebrows, I would look like an egg.
I've been Just don't do that.
Don't do that. We're going going. So we are going to do this. Before we get this first clip, where are you appearing? Where are some of your next appearances that you're going to be?
Oh, I can't tell you certain dates and times and things, but I'll say World Wrestling Express on the next show would be me, the Paygun. I'm wrestling next. That's happening. Yeah. And then once I beat that ass, I'm going after the big guy. I'm going to be coming after you, Predator! You better shine up that title because I'm coming for it. I just want you to know that.
Jesus. Well, we are going to do this. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we've got Ariel Hutchins going to join us.
Always put me in time. I'll come with you.
No, I'm not putting you in time. Everybody in the room got that reference. We are going to really time out because I cannot. Fantastic. We will be back. Cluck the Clown. He is on point at all times. And back after this on our big program. An incredible new marketing partner with us today at Transmedia Worldwide. This is fantastic. Check out dollsrent.com. That's right, dollsrent.com. Robo-lovers. Sex dolls for rent in Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to get hot in Cleveland tonight with realistic TPE thermoplastic itomizer. Adult dolls for rent start at $99 for 2 hours. Absolutely realistic feeling. Dolls feel like a real girl. Robo lovers, for any of your desires. Look real, feel real, premium material, highest quality. They're local, and they deliver your order same day and accept cash on delivery payments. You could check the doll before you take it and pay after check. All dolls are fully consistent with the photographs posted on the website. Also find them on Instagram at Dolls Rent. Also Twitter, Dolls Rent. Facebook.com/Dolls Rent. That's right, dollsrent.com. Real sex dolls in Cleveland. Get some sex tonight.
Available for the first time, a special instructional series that will teach you to play mouth guitar. You never learned to play a musical instrument, but that's okay. In no time, you'll be playing mouth guitar. Learn these classics of the mouth guitar. Smoke on the Water, Satisfaction, and In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, the long version. Add a little reverb, buzz tone, wah-wah. Play country mouth guitar. Order now and get this special bonus, the quintessential desk drummer. Mouth guitar and desk drumming. No batteries, amplifiers, chords, or talent required.
You
could rob a liquor store, or steal a car, or even do a job for the guys who wear fancy suits and pay no taxes. But that would be illegal. Introducing a new, better way to get money fast. It's
Johnny Cash.
the new concept in fast money. It's not an ATM. It's not a loan shark.
It's just a man in black with a fistful of green.
Hi, Mr. Cash. Can I borrow $10?
Oh, anything to keep a loyal fan on the right side of the law. Here you go.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Cash.
Don't mention it.
Visit your convenient
Johnny Cash.
location and beg your next cash advance. It'll keep you out of Folsom Prison. Johnny Cash. Get fast money now where you see the burning ring of fire.
Do you like chili? Really hot chili? Then you should try O'Malley's new really f***ing hot chili. That's right, O'Malley's new really f***ing hot chili is so hot it's guaranteed to burn the roof of your f***ing mouth or your money back. Made from the hottest jalapeno, spices, and peppers. After just one bite, you'll say, wow, that's the hottest f***ing chili I've ever tasted. That's O'Malley's new really f***ing hot chili. From the maker...
Like a grilled cheese in a Cadillac. Stylish, but yet classy. The Jiggy Jaguar Experience.
Okay, we are back live. We are going to go to our next guest. She is going to join us on the telephone. And it is Christmas time in Queens? What is that song? Run DMC? Something. I am going to turn up the microphones of our two guests in studio because I don't want to miss any of the gold that might come out of either one of them. And we are going to go to our next guest. She is going to join us here on the telephone. Ariel Hutchins is with us. So Ariel, tell me, my fine feathered friends in studio, like the clown, a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am, and I live across Texas. And I don't know a lot about me. I mean, I try to, we have a little, we paddle, we have horses. I mean, I don't know what I'm interested in.
So how does all of that get you into the spirit of being a musician?
Well, being a musician obviously came first. It had a lot to do with, the music that I write.
Okay.
And the way of life that we, live. So it took me a lot to put that out there because there's not a whole lot of people who get to live like we do.
Okay.
So.
Well, this is real. She is a Texas singer-songwriter and performing artist. Her music celebrates her West Texas heritage, bodies of country, and she joins us here on our big broadcast. We also have in studio today a guy who the last time I talked to him, I think, was 20 years ago. Don Lemon. Wow. He is fantastic. Forget about what you've heard. Forget about gerbils and basketball fights. Forget about dogs and Sanders. We have the fantastic Cluck Clown in studio.
Hi, how are you? I'll just say it one more time like this.
God bless. And so, Ariel, you have a lot of can go to her website, ArielHutchins.com. She is also on Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, and of course YouTube. And you can Ariel, go ahead.
I said that too.
Look at that, she's on too. Well, tickets crazy. And as my good friend Johnny Kim would say, also on Facebook. So, what are some of your goals as a musician over the next couple months?
Goals is get more music recorded and out, and kind of to relate to my fans more, be able to, everything's kind of been shut more in person and stuff. So it's kind of just growing more as an artist. That's kind of my goal in the next few months.
So, I don't know why I'm doing this. Do you have any questions for right, Ariel?
Listen, I've been wanting some dang chickens, but my husband won't build me a no chicken coop. Cannot have no chickens.
She can't have chickens?
I want.
I like chickens. I have love
chickens. You know what's funny is that the lovely Brittany Baxter are trying to get me conned into taking care of said chickens.
Dude, I'm just saying, I have a little chicken named Flexi.
I know how it works.
So, Ariel, you have got some really cool music out here. Tell us about Sundance Head. Yes, tell us about.
Oh man, Sundance, he's such a cool cat. He's so easy to work with. We sing melody. You can't take it serious in the same. Serious is not the best idea anybody's ever had because we're both goofballs all the time. But that song is so cool, and it's both married, so it really tells our spouses to be able to get together and something both what I normally don't do in my music.
Okay, apparently, Cluck the Clown and Don's brought his bird. Gary, Gary, do you have any questions?
He's in Lux, Texas.
He's in Lexus.
And you should get some Tiki chicks.
And chicks
I
too.
think now we got to talk. We can make it happen now.
We can make it happen because Gary has made it happen.
Gary has Hogan.
Gary. I'm going to be sending you the video later, Ariel, and you are going to have to show this to your husband because Gary has now set it into existence. So now you get your
amazing.
Yes.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Cluck is like Make-A-Wish. Okay, we are going to do a fun real play, and when we come back, we have got more with Ariel Hutchins. Here is Showing Off here.
Drinking up, red sunset, up over Niagara Falls.
Painted desert, watercolors, and all those stars took a steady hand.
I ain't help but fall in a moment like this, looking like that. I thought I'd seen it all when God made you. He was just showing off.
Eyes that green, and a heart that good. He may not be so right just because you're
The father of this world, your verdict is, I bet. Look at what I did. Stay right there but fall in a moment like this, looking like that. What I did.
God made you.
He was just showing off. He was just showing off. Sitting right there, Lord, I said I can't breathe. Oh, in a moment like this, look there, I thought I'd seen it all. And I made you. He was just showing off. He was just showing off. He was just showing off. He was just showing off.
It is Sudhead and Ariel Hutchins. It is off here on our big brand. I don't know what we've stepped into, but I got it all over our feet. And Steve Gary has arrived. Gary is like a grilled cheese in a Cadillac, stylish but yet classy. He is here. And so, Ariel, before we let you go, we get in touch with you on the web and buy your music, everything else.
Talkie.
There we are.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. Every place you think of downloading music, I dare to just EL. Just find me.
Well, you are tremendous. Thank you for doing this, and I definitely to the old YouTubes and the Facebook Rumbles and those places. I can make sure that Harry the Bird will let you have your chicken coop. He'll get your husband.
That's right.
And there she goes. That is Ariel Hutchins. Oh my God, what a deal. So let's get Dawn's perspective on this whole thing. Dawn, you've got a mic over there. Turn that puppy on. What world do you think of Cluck Gary? Old fucking mess today.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Cluck the Clown and Gary. So where did Gary come from?
Gary's original. He's my dad's blue. He kind of, I got inherited.
And now any that's come out here to attack Gary. She probably needed that. She's quite the bully.
I didn't have Peter running around. You're Peter.
My God. So Dawn didn't think when you were on this show you were going to do like this.
Absolutely not. Wasn't sure what to expect.
This become an annual Christmas tradition. Christmas with a radio show.
Miss Holidays, you name it, I'll be here. Dude, it's fun. Well, we're gonna go all these little titty conventions.
You know, let's go on the road this summer. If you have any Indian working, I want to relax.
Please do. I'm so excited to have you there.
I got to go. Okay. So let's talk about the porn convention. We might have to. Don, I think I'm much porn. I think he'll be the most over guy there. Gary will be the most over guy there.
That's a good idea.
Let me see if I can find some of these photos. And I was, well, ironically, it was right before Worldwide been the problem. We went to Vegas for the last ABN show. And when we went to the convention, I happened to find out that there was a convention impersonator who lived in Vegas. And I said, hey, I want to get you on the show. I want to get you into the show. Told me, he's like, okay. I said, be you. Just show up and be you. Be the macho. So he told me he was gonna, the event, and of course, Baxter, she doesn't really care. She doesn't mark out like I do for these guys. She didn't care. And so around I'm gonna see if I can find this. The ABN on Thursday, and I said, hey, I went up to Derek. No, not Derek Stone. That's the wrestler. Derek the fan. Probably send me a message later and go, don't you confuse me for morning. So I tell Derek Pierce, I said, I'm not sure Man Ready's having a presenter come to the convention tomorrow. He'll be the most over guy here. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, think about what industry we're all in. I said, yeah, he'll be the guy. I said, I'll get him a press pass. He spreads the word throughout the convention. And on Saturday morning, after we got to having breakfast with another one, all of a sudden we get up from the table, and he messaged me on Facebook, and he goes, I'm in the Hard Rock, in the pink suit, because I have my pink suit. And whatever. And I'm a moron in the purple suit. You'll see me. He's got the hat, he's got the gear, the whole thing. He's got the Slim Jims, he's got the whole thing. Fantastic. As you can see that photo there. He's fantastic. He looks like Randy. He's done the voice for so long, he just slips into it. To go. He's telling me the whole way, he's like, are these people even going to know who I am? I said, dude, trust me, you were dressed like the goddamn Macho Man Randy Savage. We get up to the press room, the place is sold out. There's going to be 150 people in that tiny press room. And they all pop for this guy. They all want photos. They're quoting old promos. They're all this stuff. We take him down on the floor. The porn marks are getting photos with. Brandy basically became his handler at a certain point. She basically was making sure that he had porn stars who were at their booths shoving the marks out and saying, you gotta come over here. We did a whole bunch of stuff with him. So, we went to Exotica in Chicago, of all places. Rosemont, Illinois, whatever. They call it, they say it's in Chicago. It's the Garland, Texas, and they go, just outside Dallas. No, you're in Garland, Texas, okay? So, we go to Rosemont, Illinois. We met the Godfather. Great. He would love the fuck out of you. He would be the most thing. So, they have announced the dates. They're going all sorts of places this year. But are going to be kicking ass, taking names, doing all this stuff. Exotica 2 is April 29th through May 1st in Chicago at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center.
Totally going. Hey, Gary, you better mark us down for that. Yeah.
Then July 15th through the 17th in Miami. I cannot attend them because Brittany, who is, whatever how you want to call her, don't call her the assistant. She can't call the assistant. But she's to Florida, so she can't go to Florida. We made the October 21st through the 23rd because my photographer, Michael Nagy. But I'm afraid if we go to New Jersey, I'll get stuck going to vampire bars. Nagy's huge to the vampire bars. Last time Michael Nagy moved back to New Jersey, and I went. People are biting each other, all this crap. I'm like, get me the hell out of here. So we made these don't write themselves. So Cluck the Clown Unleashed in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
This may have to happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen, Jiggy. It's too late. You've gone too far, and I'm not going back. We're doing this, Jiggy.
Because I always show up in my Christmas suits. I have a red Christmas suit with these kitties. I have a green suit with Santa's on it. I had to walk a porn star friend of mine across the street to the convention center. People were driving by. I more over than she was happening. Oh, it's quite the And I've also heard rumors that maybe people are going across the country. We're going to be stopping a lot.
Every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes.
Which is part of the reason why we may get in the day before. Because I'd like to get press passes, get acclimated, also the area. I do have a warning, though, from Big Will, who is going to be going with us. Do not buy drinks at the bar at the after party. He's $50 on 2 drinks. And they were like this big. Do not buy drinks. Carry a Mike Gang flask, something. The flask, I think, is in the possession of the Mangler. So, the Mangler and Overstake Flat
I got this.
So, last year when we went, the former pro wrestler, sold off to all that. And we got to soak with the Godfather, we got to interview the Godfather, all this stuff. We got to interview Hooters, they had the Hooters girls there. We couldn't interview some of them. They didn't want to be on camera because they were teaching today. They couldn't be. So we had all that. But I'll tell you, if you wear that outfit right there, and
I'm styling and profiling.
And you go to this thing. You know, let me see what else I've got here, because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this could be the greatest act I've ever pulled off. Getting you to Chicago. Well, and I also, one of the things that I do when we go on these trips, these porn conventions, is every time we stop to get gas, I do a live update from wherever we are. And imagine him walking into a convenience store in, like, Topeka or in Ohio or Iowa, where the hell we go. We went to the world's largest stop this year in Iowa and just walked around. I think I dropped like an banana or something. I don't know what I did. My God, I have an Eagle onesie. I got my outfit on. Big Will started as Little James. I was Little James. So I'd get the banana outfit out. You dress like that, and we'll do the whole thing.
Peanut butter jelly.
You bring the crew, and with this, we'll rock it and roll this thing. Cluck the Clown is with us. Don Lemon is with us. So Cluck, have I talked you into going to the porn?
You already know that. I'm going with you. We're gonna go do this together.
Talk somebody into that.
I gotta talk Gary into it, because Gary's kind of highbrow. He might not.
I don't know. He's talking about motorboating, so I think we got him.
Oh, we got to hang out with who the hell this chick? Well, we didn't hang out with Doll because she frankly scared the hell out of me. She's got the craziest thing I've ever seen. She frankly scares me. So there was midget porn to this thing.
Just your height, I know.
Gary would be the Gary Trixie. You never know. We definitely get you into all sorts of trouble. And you know this thing. So, okay, since it's Thursday, we'd have to travel there. We'd be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the days.
I have lots of outfits, Jimmy.
So you'd have this for one day.
Oh, I have lots and lots. I dress up in my old gear. What do you want me to dress up as?
Outfits do you have that you could just?
I have enough outfits for every indie wrestler in this area. That's facts.
Including Kitty Zombie Jones?
I love Kitty Zombie
Jones. I love Kitty too.
I think we tag together. Yeah. At
you were a tag team?
We are. At Traditional American Pro Wrestling.
Somebody get me some footage of this.
You didn't know that?
I did not know any of the.
Oh, man,
I just knew that you guys were passing out candy at like a trunk or something.
Yep.
So that's all I.
Oh, yeah, you don't know.
There is so much I know. You know what's funny about us last time that we were up there? There was this guy. We were standing in line. I had talked to this chick's PR person. We were ready to go. And I'm gonna see if I took a picture of this. Apparently, there are these. That's kind of what they are. They bring their belts, bring the replica belts down here. But this guy, this was the craziest deal. He had built like a Captain America and a light-up Thor hammer. And he had this giant bag he brought with him, and he pulled the bag, he had her pose with him, and he took photos, and he paid her for it.
I have the Captain America shield. I do.
You may need to bring... Of course you frickin' have a shield. A whole Magilla. I just can't wait to unleash you on the porn world. You'll be the biggest thing in the porn world. They're gonna love you, Flex Reed, the whole 9 yards.
Keeping it flexy.
This is gonna be just amazing. I don't even know what to say at this point. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we are gonna chat with Lemon. And oh boy, is this gonna be and Collect the Clown. So, Ed Gary has come up to the desk.
Little Peter, are you petting your Peter over there? Are you really? How are you gonna pet your Peter in front of all of us?
So we are doing this. We are gonna take that. I take my Peter here.
Yep, you sure are.
Okay,
we're watching.
More coming up on the other side here. Incredible marketing partner with us at Trend Media Worldwide. This is fantastic. Check out dollsrent.com. That's right, dollsrent.com. Robo lovers. Sex dolls for rent in Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to get hot in Cleveland tonight with realistic TPE thermoplastic itomizer. Adult dolls for rent start at $99 for 2 hours. Absolutely realistic feeling. Dolls feel like a real girl. Robo lovers, for any of your desires. Look real, feel real, premium material. Highest quality. They're local, and they deliver your order same day and accept cash on delivery payments. You could check the doll before you take it and pay after check. All dolls are fully consistent with the photographs posted on the website. Also find them on Instagram at Dolls Rent. Also Twitter, Dolls Rent. Facebook.com/Dolls Rent. That's right, dollsrent.com. Real sex dolls in Cleveland. Get some sex tonight.
Times were tough, and you never thought you'd even consider it. But dang, this is good. Tender, juicy, full of protein. And now you don't have to worry about it rummaging through the garbage cans again. Whether it's a mystery meat stew or a hearty treat that even provided antlers for over the fireplace, you slap it on the grill and... I'm gonna put on the bib and be ready for the second it's done. It's not the other white meat. Well, not always. In fact, it's kind of hard to tell what color it was supposed to be, but no matter, at this price, bring it on. Roadkill. It's what's for dinner. If we're drunk enough.
Good evening, everyone. It's me, Regis Philbin, the most beloved television personality ever. Welcome to $1 Million Password. I'm telling you, this show is bonkers. And now, the announcer will tell us the first word.
The password is adenoids.
No, it's not.
What?
It is not.
Yaha.
huge airway blocking, make you sound stupid and annoying.
Quit making fun of the way I talk.
What are you talking about?
I'll be in my trailer.
Baby. Excuse me, dirty serial killer looking guy with the sledgehammer. Why did I stop here? Do you know the way to Route 70? No. Oh. What is that?
That's the money you could be saving by switching your car insurance to Geico. Must have been following you for miles. Looks tired.
Oh, yeah, well, I'd just blow him on hookers and beer anyway, so.
That seemed to perk him up.
Yeah. In fact, I might just walk over, grab him, and take him to a strip club.
Well, never seen him look so happy and excited.
Hey, boy, want to get tucked into a G-string?
Look at him. Practically jumped into your pocket.
He's money. He's looking into your very soul. He knows you like to save money. He's made of money, and he knows you want to tuck him into a G-string. Oh, yeah. We put the guy in Geico. Wait for me, the lizard. I'd like to go, too.
It's the Jiggy Jaguar experience.
Oh boy, it is. Holy shit today. As you can see in studio, there he is. Legend. Forget about what you've heard. Cluck the Clown is with us. God damn, what a show today. I have not had this much fun probably since the last time we had Spawn here and we had all the wiggy stuff going. But Cluck the Clown is with us. He's also got Gary, which is I do love Gary. Gary's great. Gary is something else. I just don't even know. I just don't even know what to say at this stage of the game. It just is so strange. But we have quite a show today. Don Lim with us as well. He is putting up with all sorts of shenanigans today.
I have a crazy circus going on in my head right now. It's midget hookers and there's bananas and.
My socks.
Of course. You know, this guy literally is prepared for anything that anybody says. It's literally prepared. So Don, I have you 20 years.
It's been a while.
This is amazing.
It's been a long time.
You were with True Illusion.
Yep.
What the hell are those doing? Are they doing anything?
I'm not sure they are not.
Yeah.
We've been married life and being good fathers and all that stuff. Or I said fathers, sorry, father Mike's. He's hearing this. He's
So you were True Illusion, and now you're doing your own thing.
Yeah, it's been about 17 years since I played guitar. I think it was 04.
Yeah.
I exited the band and I just went on to the normal life, I guess you will, the everyday job you hate.
So Cluck the Clown, what do you think of Don? He's a musician.
I was trying to figure out your casting couch.
You were trying to figure out the casting couch. You know, Ross Long and Rob McCaleb, no, they often refer to it as the casting couch.
Flex and preacher on that?
You know what's up is that whenever I have a new apartment that I move into, I always try to have a couch because we have guests that come over and everything. And I was going to buy me one, and then moved in. We had that spot open. And at one point, Dave Jennings, who was my photographer at the time, I'll get you a free couch. And he brokered one of the he brokered a deal with like one of the rent-to-own places here in town. And he shows up here one day with his couch. And I go, where'd you get the couch? And he goes, they were getting ready to throw it out because they'd sell it. So you get it now. And I'm like, okay, perfect. And I've had a who's who of people that have sat on that couch.
Did you just take a black light to it first?
I'd have to take a black light to it. So Dawn, you here. You've got Cluck the Clown here. You've got me. You've got Gary.
The casting couch.
We have the casting. We have Peter the cat.
And yeah, you over there, pet Peter. Like
the whole crew.
Crazy circus going on in my head. I keep things straight.
And we've got the banana sauce.
Yeah, I brought the bananas.
So Dawn, did you think when I invited you to be on the show today? Did you think I didn't think it was going to be as crazy as it is today?
No, you didn't elaborate too much. You just said yes, and it was going to be a lot of fun. You were absolutely right about that. I'm disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. So Cluck, what do you have for Dawn? He's a musician.
He's doing the father life now,
huh? Not so much father life. My daughter's 22.
Holy cow, you're old!
Yeah.
Hey, don't look at me like that. I don't want people to know my true age.
I want people to know my true age.
Basically turned her room into my guitar room, where I build guitars and sleep now, too.
Wow.
So you build guitars. Tell us about this. I think this is pretty badass.
Well, it's just kind of stems from getting back into music. After my father passed, and I've been in music theory and just started, playing again after 17 years. From my lap, and it just felt so foreign. Like, what the hell is this? It's just been a complete day. No lie. So I don't even want to go to sleep just because I want to keep fucking with guitars.
So are you going to put
I just keep on fucking.
Honestly, I don't know what the future holds. Of course, I'm not, but I just keeping everything open and seeing where it goes, and just writing 3 songs every day is kind of, they're just coming in and just shooting them out. Yeah, I started 3 months ago on BandLab, 25th of September, and I got over 20 songs on there now.
Hell yeah! Impressive.
It's just kind of, when the 3 days when I don't have one come in, I have to just cranking them out and stuff. But you don't really know what's going to happen, so I just keep going, keep building guitars, and see where it goes.
Gary says if you ever need a drummer, he'll play drums for you.
I do need a drummer.
Yeah.
On drums. If Gary's playing drums, maybe I don't know, maybe Cluck's young at this reference, but would he be in like the Showbiz band? Remember the Rock Letter?
I don't know about that.
Showbiz.
I know. I'm pretty neat on a cowbell. I'm just saying. Pretty on it. Everyone needs more cowbell.
Everyone needs more cowbell. So we've got Don Lemon with us today. He's in studio. He has put together a pretty interesting collection of music. First of all, tell us about Time. We're going to play that here in a few moments. I'm going to play that off of BandLab.
Time is, I think, is my best mix that I've taken on. It's just 2 guitar tracks so far. And when you hear it, it's just like, that's just 2 guitars.
Just 2 guitars.
Just 2 guitars. One main track, and then I took another kind of solo riff. I looped it and split it in half, and then panned it off to 80% on each side. So you got 20 in the middle, 80 on both sides, and down, so it's just kind of layered. I like the ambient tone and the vibes. I like to create a room for you to just get lost in the music. Get on your level, and just enjoy it. Get out of this fucked up world for a little bit. So yeah, stuff.
That's kind of what we're doing here today.
I've got stuff your grandma would listen to, and I guess if your mom listens to, your crackhead son listens to, your black sheep or whatever. There's stuff all.
The crackhead son.
And I don't know where stuff comes from.
That's awesome.
Never happening now. So when it comes out, I just roll with it. So now I was going to have you play Starlight today, but now I don't know. I think Mothership's going to be more fitting.
Well, I have this Time song, and when we come back, we will have more here with Cluck the Clown and Don Lemon and Gary and Peter the Cat, the whole 9 yards. Perfect program. That's a hell of a deal. So we are back, and we have got two great guests with us in studio. We have Cluck the Clown. We have Don Lemon, not from CNN.
Oh God!
I did have somebody make a comment to me the other day.
We can just start calling me Joe
What
Boo.
I said.
We just go Joe Boo from here on out.
Joe
Except
Boo?
From that guy.
There we go.
They separate me from that guy.
Joe Boo. Joe Boo and Cluck the Clown. That sounds like a goddamn tag team to me. That sounds like he needs to be in Sin
Hey,
now.
like I said, I'm keeping everything open. So.
We have a lot of honorary members.
We'll put you under a mask, the whole thing. It'll be great.
I got a clown mask for you. Don't worry. Oh, I know.
Gary's here. Peter has calmed down. He's now
Plopped
sleeping
out
on the desk.
Plopped out on the desk.
He put the Peter to sleep.
So, Dawn, there's no singing in your music. Explain this.
I'm a horrible singer. That's. I mean,
Gary said
I have vocal lines. I can hear.
Gary said you got a voice. So.
I can hear. There you go. I think we can. It's gonna sound like that. I can work with that.
Oh my God, that was great. You popped everybody in the room. That's awesome. Go ahead, Dawn.
I forget what I was saying.
It's easy to do. If I didn't have this crap on a sheet here, I wouldn't even know what the hell I was saying.
I mean, I can hear the vocal lines in my head. I mean, when I listen to the music, I can hear it come through. I just can't sing it. So, I mean, I know what I want, but it's unfortunate.
And you have no drummer.
I have no drummer, so I'm just using some. And I've never, once again, 17 years of a break and no music playing.
And then one day you were like, let's go.
It's go time. So I have no drummer. I'm just using some drum sampler or whatever on the DAW. And,
hey, there was, and I don't know if I I consider him a friend, but he doesn't consider me a friend anymore. But there used to be a guy by the name of Burgess Martin who played music. You went to school with Burgess. Yeah. He is a talented motherfucker. He can play two guitars at the same time.
We're actually Facebook friends, I believe.
Look at that.
You might have dropped me though, because I posted some really political shit.
I wouldn't think I would Burgess here. But Burgess, when he used to play live, he didn't have a drummer, so he had a drum machine.
Yeah, I seen it. He would do he had two guitars.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking genius. That guy should be making money doing music and video production. He should be making so much damn money, but he loves Kansas for whatever fucking reason, and he's still here. So
he's just on that one, I guess.
So.
Yeah, everything's kind of on the table and open, for
you were talking, when we were listening to that song, you were telling me and the fantastic Clock, and apparently Gary over there, about you listen to some of these people on BandLab, and you just don't explain all this to us, because you were going on a really good tangent there, and then at one point, Gary, I don't know, won some money on the Cubbies or something, and it was just over.
A conspiracy theory I have, of giving up your rights for music and getting to be trending and that kind of crap, pay to play type stuff.
I interviewed a guy by the name of Trill. He was a rapper out of Salina, Kansas. He's got the gold teethers, the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And so
like a beat cover.
He had to get him a beat cover. That's right. Well, Trill was on the radio show one day. This was before. This was when we were doing, if you can believe this radio show we're doing right now from the public library here in Hutch. We were doing it in a conference room at the public library, and I had two rapper friends of mine from here in town, and then we had Trill on from Salina. And Trill was telling us about he had just been signed. Oh my God, signed. And he was explaining to us that he was releasing music every single week, and he got this record label who got a hold of it. And they wanted him to come out to California and sign a deal. However, he had to pay for his own plane ticket and his own hotel. So he gets out there, and he tells them, they bring him in, and they're all excited, and they have him sign. And then he's never heard anything out of him. And then he wandered away. And the two guys that were sitting there that were going to be the next guests were just shaking their head. And as soon as he left the room, we went to commercial break, and they told me, they go, we got problems with that. And I said, what are the problems? And he goes, here's what happens. These people, they just scour the internet, and how much he's done. And like with him, he's putting music out every single week. He's Facebooking and Twittering and TikToking and doing all this stuff. So they think at some point, someone's got to sign him. So what they do is have him come out wherever they are, he pays for his own plane ticket, his own hotel. He gets out there, he signs, and then they vanish. Okay, let's say 10 years from now, he ends up on American Idol and wins the whole thing. And then they can come out and say, oh, hey, remember that you signed? And then they can take half of his fucking...
I'll believe it.
And they said these people are all over the place. So every once in a while, I'll run into a local artist here in Kansas, and they'll tell me, "Oh, I just signed a deal," and then they'll tell me, "Well, I pay for my own hotel and I pay for my own deal," and I'm like, "Guys, you didn't sign a deal." That's right.
Yeah, no, like on Spotify, you got to get a distribution company. So you pay them to upload your songs, and then they basically turn around and get it distributed out.
All I ever run into, which is, and I don't know how these people exist, but apparently they do. There was a buddy of mine. He's a rapper in a group called Sick and Twisted. There are 3 Mexican rappers. My favorite moment is when Johnny Kim, who's the guy who runs the Muse Ballroom in Salina, Kansas, came up to me one day and he always called me Ziggy because he couldn't pronounce his J's. So he was always, oh, Ziggy. He was always like, oh, Ziggy, have you ever heard of a band? And I'm like, who? And he goes, the Sick and the Twisted. And he goes, who names that band the Sick and the Twisted? And everything. Well, they got on this service, and I'll have to get a hold of Alejandro and have him send me the deal. You don't pay them anything. All you do is you upload your stuff, and then you connect all your Instagram, Facebook, all this stuff to it. And then at some point, you can just upload to one spot, and they'll send it to all of them. And it basically, they help you get monetization and all these various things. It is amazing that they do so much, and they're not a top company. I don't know how the hell they do it, but
sounds cool.
They do it. So I'll be in studio looking to see what Cluck the Clown is doing.
Nothing things.
So Dawn, this next track we're going to hear from you, what do we have here? Because you said you were going to change it up after you met Cluck the Clown.
Yeah.
You decided you had to change this next track
up.
up.
I don't think Starlight, I mean, it's a good track, but I think for where we're at right now.
Okay.
I think a 7-minute headbanger's pretty good.
Let's go to Starlight.
No, this ain't. No, this is okay. No,
and when we come back,
headbanging on this one.
We will have more with Cluck the Clown, Gary, and
well, yeah.
Look out more coming up. the stuff we can't say on the air is probably the funnest part of the show. But we are back live here on our big program, and it is a hell of a deal. A halibut of a deal, and that's a fish, much like panini. And I don't have Brittany here to tell me it's not a fucking fish. It's a grilled sandwich, you moron. We have got, and this could be a new tag team. Jobu and Cluck the Clown, and Gary.
Man, I know.
Gary could be your J.J. Dillon.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna be our manager about that.
It could be the advisor, could be your advocate, whatever the hell you want to say.
Oh yeah.
You know, I seen the new Spider-Man movie, and Daredevil's in that as an attorney. And Gary could be an attorney.
I seen it. We went and seen it.
Gary could be an attorney.
Oh yeah, totally could be an attorney. He could be my Matt Murdock.
I'm glad you went and seen it. I went and seen it yesterday, and I was just over the moon.
Greatest movie ever.
Have you seen the
greatest
new Spider-Man movie yet?
Movie.
No, I don't watch movies.
You don't watch movies?
I don't watch
What do you do for fun?
I play guitar and record.
That's it?
That's all I do.
And you build guitars?
That's all I do. I don't watch cable TV. I don't watch...
What? That's depressing. Spider-Man.
Oh my God, is he gonna sing that?
I love Spider-Man. Oh man, it did not disappoint. Disappoint.
So you build guitars.
I wake up from taking a nap.
That's all.
And I wake up to my guitar room, and I get right down to either building or playing or recording, whatever.
I may have to steal you once something and have you co-host this radio show.
I deliver that counts.
That's it?
Maybe a few deliveries or something, but I got this weird thing inside. I can't be away from my guitars for too long. Even like right now, it's kind of... I'm telling it to shut up, but it's
So how do you build a guitar?
The finish takes the longest. So once the finish is done, it's just set, doing the electrical and putting the hardware into the setup. I'd say 2 to 3 weeks from start to finish.
Okay.
Give that finish time to cure, and then once I do the electrical and it's set up and everything, I like to another few.
Sometime I may have to come over when you're getting ready to build a guitar and build this whole thing from start to finish.
How many do you have?
10.
10 guitars.
I'll have one for every day for a whole year. So 3.
Play it like a guitar, yeah.
Yeah. One will sit there and like next, I'll play this one for a few days and I'll grab this one and then
You've got names for the guitars.
I do.
Okay, so I have a question. So when you're building your guitars, do you go out searching for guitars to rebuild, or what do you do about it?
No, usually I come off solo music. They have, in my opinion, the best build kits.
So you start all the way from start.
Well, not from chopping down a tree and carving the wood, but that's down the road. You can buy a build kit. I usually trash all the hardware and buy my, find my parts myself, or just go online and buy neck and put them together. You can get such good action. Other string through body hard. You can raise the tail stop on the Tune-O-Matics and just inches. Roller bridges are huge. The pickups have to be, and for me they have to be hot, 1458. There's a lot of mid-late hitters of these pushing swamp ash bodies and neck throughs and set necks and the wood on the contact. It's all bullshit. Swamp ash is cheap, and then they want to sell these, our floor models, whatever. We're in our high-end models. So they've echeloned it. They've this swamp ash, they posted it up so high people will pay that price to get it. It's cheap, and they have it sitting up here, so all that shit in the middle is profit for them.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I think it's the root of all evil. I'm a military person. It can kiss my ass. Actually, this world is designed to be that. That's
right.
Terrible.
That's what Gary bitch is about.
Right.
Facts. Now I see really pretty. Ice purple. You paint those?
That is not paint. That's actually a finish. I can't exactly tell you.
Oh, I think it's amazing.
I've got books. I wanted to. I skipped off of it of my adjustment. Of course, my setups slide out because I'm not here. I'm just position. I hit that flathead, the corner of it, all the way across the face, not a scratch. I'm like, holy shit, if you went to any other guitar with a cellulose finish or a polyurethane or something, man, so I was like, hey, you're on something here. So, that's a sparkly finish. I love it. I'm really sure about Jesse now because you're a dude and you have a pink guitar phone.
Hey,
that's my favorite.
no, actually,
It's about turning heads and catching eyes, right?
over the last, I don't know, 5 years, say, kickboxing. And I wear all pink.
I seen you on Facebook.
Oh, no!
Oh, shit got real. Hold on.
And very impressed.
Yes.
Jiggy?
Part of the reason why I've been able to the Pike Runners is because I'm a mutual friend with Derek Stone.
Yeah. My jaw was dropped. I was
That's my entire outfit is pink. Because I was thinking of, what if you get your ass kicked by... And what's funny is I did a smoke fight in Lawrence, and the cutaway was like, you gotta go kick his fucking ass. Look at it. I'm like... All my entrances, it's just
I want to come walk you out.
Oh yeah,
I want to come walk you out.
The weigh-ins is where I get people because, like, let's see, the very first show I did, I take it so seriously because realistically, they're all cosplaying the people they see on TV. Conor McGregor, I say all these people. In a roundabout way, Clark, it's kind of like some of the people we know in the direct. They're cosplaying some people they see on TV.
Cosplay to be extreme.
And what names, and none of us know. He could just sit there and be like, yeah, like, blah, 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 blah. I mean, look.
Yep, it's easy way, so we can sit down
hearing that clicking in my head all night.
So what I do is I gain this. The very first show, let's see if I can find this. I don't know if there's actual, no, I know there's photos. The very first in Hutch, proudly where we drew 1,000 people, weighed in ears and a mankini.
Oh my
That is fabulous. That is fabulous.
And when they did the win photo, like, all these guys always have their fists up. I opened my back, stuck my ass out, and went like that. That's pretty good. I wanted to do the gayest way I've ever seen. So then away, and I was told by several people I was allowed to wear the mankini ever again, but I had bunny ears, a tail.
The bunny ears were cool.
Oh, that's great.
I had bunny ears, a tail. I had the mankini was a little strange, so just so nothing or a pair of Britney's panties. So
you could never unhear that. That is on here, right? We have that. We are on Lucky wears panties.
So we did that at one of the weigh-ins.
How did you wear panties?
And another one of the weigh-ins, I wore my Eagle onesie. I weighed in, and then, and I know I've got this because this is quite the photo. Let me see if I can find it because this is quite the photo. We did a show here in Hutch called Oktoberfest, as it was done in October. It was a play on the whole Oktoberfest thing. And she's always wanted to dress me up like a woman.
Oh,
she's always wanted to paint my face.
So many more questions. So many
all
more
these things.
Shave your eyebrows.
I was told yesterday by her daughter that if I ever shaved my eyebrows, I'd like an egg. Which, I'll tell you, after looking at myself here on camera, I'm not going to dispute that.
Please don't ever do that.
So, I decided I was facing off with a guy by the name of The Werewolf. He came to the ring in a black werewolf hood. The guy's 6'8" or whatever. One of the goals that I had was I thought the marketing would be fantastic. Why couldn't I beat Werewolf into a rematch the night of full moon? It's perfect. I would job. I wouldn't have cared. But there's so many questions for Wolf.
God, there's so many questions.
There's so many questions with me. I'm wearing panties and all these.
What happened?
I'm getting a concussion. Because I had the flu several weeks before, and then I couldn't, since I was kind of the co-promoter, like, when am I ever going to get to fight at Memorial Hall ever again? So I was like, fuck it. So I thought.
Whoa, there we got it up. I did. Tell me about Royal Hall. Are we doing it outside? No, of course not.
I'm not allowed in the building to do interviews because I was the only one I really cared about. And then I was like, what about to say his name is Billy Simmons? It sounds like Billy Simmons. I was told that I couldn't interview Carlito because apparently Doug Curtis doesn't like me, which is fine. There's cheater. And then also rumors that I'm a PS fan. And Mitch Bass, who does some things for them, isn't the family either. So.
You don't like me either. I was told they're a one clown show.
They're a one clown show. A clown? Clowns. No.
That's depressing.
It's depressing.
Please wait for that.
So, I found that my buddy Jason Jones.
Yeah, Space Cowboy.
Space Cowboy. And I got with him and I said, hey, I want to do interviews with you. And he goes, I'll talk to Billy. And he goes, oh, you can come into the building. You can, do all your stuff. Well, one, I knew I wasn't going to get the interview with Carlito. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Two, I know if I showed up, I'll get pissed at me. They got promos on me. So I'm like, we'll just set up across the street. And I'll just have them come to me.
At least you can watch the show.
No. I had no interest in the show. You know what's funny? That night was sick
man.
Because we went to the movie Encanto, which is a Spanish cartoon. And then afterwards we went and ate at a Mexican restaurant. All the location.
So you didn't see Carlito match?
I did not see the Carlito match.
He didn't miss much. I'm not saying Carlito's not a good wrestler, just not a good wrestler.
Who we worked with, yes.
My personal opinion.
That's a shoot. So, at the Oktoberfest, the night I got a concussion, my very first concussion ever, by the way, which I'm not really proud of, but whatever. I dressed up as a woman. I had heels on. I had a dress, which if you talk to cousin Chris from Jiggy Jag, destined to wear a dress, but I wore a dress.
Like wearing a dress.
I had heels. I don't know how women walk in those goddamn things. I nearly broke my ankle.
I can't.
Several times. I had a wig.
You had your feet there.
I had a wig. I was carrying my belt purse. It was great. Makeup on the whole night. And we did this show, and I was supposed to I was supposed to beat Werewolf. The whole reason the show was booked for Werewolf was because Werewolf had a certain word. He shows up. He looks like $1 million. He's got a gimmick, but he doesn't work hard. And so they thought, well, gee, you beat the crap out of him, just kick him to the side. I had somebody giving him a 5-minute and then all he did was his long legs, because the guy's like 6'8", basically just kicked me up against the fence and then just done 2. And that's it. By the time it was in the second round, the referee trainer, Dave, the kickboxing champion, told me, he's like, well, this isn't going the way we thought it was going. And he goes, what do you want to do here? I said, well, we're out here. Let's just keep this thing going. And we do another round. At the end of the round, like, dude, we've proven our weight. Somebody showed him how to, this sucks, I miss. And then he called the fight. So, next week, he went up to a big little Mexican game with just a knocked him out the first round, 1 punch, that was it. And I'm like, okay.
I'm just saying, Jiggy, if I was in your corner, I'd make you tag me in, because I'd have taken the coach. Okay, Gary said he would have took
Gary would be there.
We would have together, right?
Oh! He made it work.
Put it on Jiggy. What's wrong with this?
What's wrong with this? Okay, so Dawn, what is the last track that we have here? I am going to see, I know you sent me something here.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes of a 15-minute song.
7-minute song.
Yeah,
what is this? What is the song you're going to be hearing here?
I think it's close to. It broke Cakewalk for me, so I've been having a hard time.
Cakewalk? I haven't heard that in years.
Yeah,
I used to use Cakewalk. That's a fantastic song.
It's like it hasn't worked right since I recorded that.
Here's what we're going to do. It is Mothership.
Also, I just want everybody to know.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, just album today. So
look at that.
8 tracks, $3 on BandLab. Just look up Joe Boo.
Woo woo! That's awesome.
Probably gonna try another one tonight too.
Whoa!
I'm gonna have to check that out.
This one's probably my medium or intensity or whatever. It's right in the middle.
Okay.
About one. Probably tonight. It's the track will be on there.
Hey, we're gonna have to get you to do music first. Oh yeah.
Joe Boo. That's an old WCW reference. And it's here on our big program. Okay. We got talking about stuff we can't talk about on the air. But that was Mothership, or as they say, the Mothership. It is an interesting show today. So, okay.
We should just do this, once a month.
Well, we should do this once a month.
I will always come when you want me to, buddy.
Especially if Peter the Cat is here.
Here, Peter. Peter.
Here's the thing. My little collection of, I guess, friends. I have Cat, who I got from the shelter. I have Emmy, who basically is written at. Siemens, and they have a cat. The cat's out there, and the Emmy was hanging around the break area, and Brittany like, "You're living here," and she shut her door. And then before I knew it, Emmy was living in her house. Well, like 6 cats, a dog, and so Emmy is really a dog, which I would be a dog because Milo is basically just a giant, and so she's really afraid of Milo. So Emmy came here to live, and Emmy are friends. They love each other. Peter's, and yes, there's a joke in there somewhere. She loves Peter.
Keep my mouth shut. I'm keeping my mouth.
Being a good boy. So they live here. Then Brittany's house caught fire, which is a story because power strip went bad and almost burned the whole damn place to the ground until it hit the 30-gallon fish tank and glass broke with the fire. What we think happened is that I suspect that Brittany's house is haunted. I think her grandpa still lives in the house. Because I slept with her day, and about midnight, she's sleeping, and there's these people in the hallway, and they're not there. So I think her grandpa and whoever else is living there. Grandpa put the fire out. So they lived a bit, and they brought with them Panda the Bunny. And Panda Bunny, you've ever met, she just tells stories all the time. Well, Peter and Emmy would sit by her cage every day. So when Panda went home, they were kind of pissed. One day, the shelter put a picture of a bunny. Someone had let a bunny go. And the bunny is named Cinnabon. Well, Cinnabon now lives here. Peter and me. He hates Jasper. I nicknamed him Jasper because he's black. Gary will back. Yeah.
He got so many things. I'm not even allowed to read some.
So we have Jasper who lives outside with a bowl. Yes. So it is just crazy around here. And then we have Cluck the Clown and Gary who are here.
Oh yeah, of course.
So as we wrap up here with everybody, I want to start with Dawn. What did you think about all this today?
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's been a wonderful experience, and I don't think we have enough time, so we need to make more time. We could do this all day.
We can do this literally all day, but we don't have all that day. Cluck Clown.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, you're great.
Thank you for having me, and congratulations, continuing 20 years of.
Oh my God, 20 years, Laurel Babes,
What
Cheeky Jaguars.
I knew, back then, your idea, and you started it, and you did it,
And the radio industry hates every minute of it, by the way. And I love the fact they hate it.
I just want to congratulate you.
So, thank you. So, Cluck the Clown, what did you think today?
Well, let me get some stuff off my chest real quick.
Oh, we're gonna.
You don't know who I am.
We're gonna shoot, bro.
If you don't know who I am Clown, the greatest clown on 2 feet. Just know that. You understand? And pound for pound, the strongest clown. That is true.
Pound for pound, the strongest clown.
Oh, that is facts. That is facts. Also, if you don't know already, I'm going to be in the Little Cowboy Justin series. Little Cowboy Justin Meets Cluck the Clown. It's a children's book coming out. And then we have more children's books coming out. We're going to have Cluck the Clown and things. That's books and names coming out here soon. Yes, baby. Yes, I mean, come on. Hey. I appreciate it. I am so happy.
Appreciate you.
I'm so happy to finally be here. And we're going to have to do this more often.
We are going to have to do this more often.
Definitely. Most definitely. You guys can catch me on Prison City Extreme Productions on Facebook, where we do Prison City's Fandemonium every Sunday. That's right. And, oh man, you're awesome, by the way. We're going to talk about some musicals. Oh yes, that's happening. You're awesome.
Thank you.
I am so happy to be here.
You know what I will do? I'll tell you. I know we got enough time in the day for this, but what I'd love to do is interview your handler who all day. I bet she's got stories.
Oh, Ashy Boo has all kinds of stuff.
Got some stories.
All kinds of stuff.
Knows where the bodies are buried. Yards.
That's probably where I'm getting buried.
I can almost guarantee you. She knows where the bodies are buried. She knows all your secrets. She knows how sausage is made like Mr. Harry over there.
Yeah. Lots of stuff.
Wow, we talk about pork convention sausages.
Calm down. We talked about
Well, that is that. That's going to wrap at 990 to BOB. If you're watching us on